Good morning, YouTube. Out here in the woods. It's hot, it's humid, but we're making it happen. It's still a little overcast today, so that's always nice. I'm just out here scouting a piece of public land. Giant honeybee. Sorry, glasses are fogging up, and there's a bee. I'm out here on a piece of public land, not too far from the house, probably one of the closer pieces that I got near here. Just doing some scouting. It is currently August 3rd. Bow season here in North Carolina opens up September 9th in my region. So I got about a month before I can get out and shoot at something. So I'm out here walking down this, what I would call fire break. It's kind of like old logging road, but I think they just scraped it. To my kind of west is some older planted pine that they need to clear out. And then this is all natural growth behind me to my kind of like east, southeast as I round this corner in the trail. But yeah, I'm checking a few spots. I dropped it on X. I bumped, I think it was a buck earlier this morning. Probably about 30 minutes ago, back down this trail closer to the lake. So I'm kind of circling around where I bumped them, trying to get to the points that I was going to. But they're in here. So if there's one, there's got to be at least one more, right? That's what I think, at least. So I'm gonna make my way to this point and I will show you if there's anything there. I stopped at this, what seems like an older trail crossing, not too used. I was gonna show you, but I also want to show you my pro tip of the day. All right, there's the trail crossing. I don't know if you can see it, but pro tip of the day, freaking stick. When you walk down these trails, depending on where you are, a little circle like this, break up those spider webs. Ooh, man, that's nice. All right, everybody, I'm about to give you the best tip for tracking deer you've ever heard. I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out for a second. When you're walking off a main trail, which is a little bit behind me, and you see, looks like something kind of walked across the ground a little bit in front of you, there's a little bit of broken up dirt, follow it. And then here's where the tip comes in. If you look down, and there's a deer track, that means there might be deer close by. Spider stick. My point that I dropped that onyx is actually, probably this ridge is dropping down here. There's a bit of a bowl. The point is on the edge of that ridge as it wraps around the way the stick's going, if you can tell. Sorry for whispering. Well, I kind of got to where, I'm close to where I want to go, but I found something, actually two things. I found some acorns, which is good. But here's the other thing. I'm sure you can see that. Interesting. I don't think anybody's planning on using this season, but the string looks decently new. A little bit of 550. The burnt edge isn't splayed out yet from getting too wet. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can see how tall it is. And in here where I am, I'm about 6 feet tall. I mean, I don't know what he's gonna be shooting at, but that's his choice and his prerogative, not mine. It's starting to get hot, but I wanted to show you something special. Put my stick on, I can follow it. You see that? See what this is? You know what that is? It's good stuff. That's what that is. All right, so I found this rub. try to point to it and maybe be in camera. Let's go. It's right there on that tree. It's an older historic rub, I would assume, if it's even used anymore. But I'm here on this trail. I'll turn this way. It's a north-south running trail, and the ridge is higher up here to my right, to my east, and it's sloping down to my west, back to my left. The water's down there on the side of this little lake. This trail's not really used that much. It's pretty overgrown. I don't think animals use it too much, so I'm not going to put too much stock in it. I think I'm going to back out, go back to the main trail, and see if I can find anything else over in some transition areas that are up there to my north, kind of up where there's a earlier year planted pine that they might be using. So let's go check it out. All right, I just bushwhacked about 200-300 yards to get back to the trail. There's a lot of thorns. I'm gonna head back to the truck and go to another spot that I have picked out on Onyx. It's another piece of public. There's a lot of small little pieces around here, and then there's a couple really big ones, but I'm on a bit of a smaller one right now, comparatively. So I'm gonna work my way back to the truck. I think I got about a mile walk, and then I'm going to drive to the next spot. It's a little bit more open timber than this. This is like some older logging, kind of used to be clear cuts. Now it's pretty overgrown. I don't think they still log it anymore, just based off the lack of maintenance if they were gonna harvest the trees. So we're gonna go to some more open timber, a little bit easier walking now that it's hotter outside, and see what we can find. Not bad out here, not bad. Spot number 2. Gotta get my spider stick, I kept it. Oh yeah, oh. So this first spot's really close to the road. Obviously I'm on a private access road right here. It's for the logging company. I'm gonna check out this point. It drops down, there's a little creek that runs over there, and this drops down and goes down to the lake as well. So I just moved a little bit north up the lake I was on earlier. But yeah, let's see if we can find something. Hopefully that sun stays away. All right, everyone. I'm out here towards my second spot. It's actually just a little bit north of me, right here in this older clear cut. It's got some standing oaks along the edge of it, and it runs down to the water. I dropped a pin on there from doing some scouting on Onyx, and I just now found a little game trail. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and kind of show you what I'm looking at, and we'll walk on in there. All right, so here's the little game trail. It's not very big, but I can see some fresh dirt down on the bottom of it. It almost looks like some hoof prints going in. So I'm gonna walk in here. I actually already did, spoiler alert, but I saw something that you might be interested in. If I could find it again. Right there at the end of my stick. So, there's another step 2. So I'm gonna follow it back up in here. Hopefully it clears up a little bit, and hopefully there's something hiding. All right, guys, I'm whispering because I'm in some thick stuff, and there's a lot of sign right here. That tree right there. On the other side of it, there's a little bit of a rub, maybe. It's hard to tell. It could just be from animals brushing up against it. But there's a conversion of trails right there that actually come from back behind me and crossing this way. And then there's one right there. You can see it? And I'll turn around. So those ones are kind of going north. And then obviously right here behind me. It's thick. I just ranged this bigger oak behind me. You can see right there, 18 yards to this trail, or actually the point where they all meet over here over my shoulder. But it's thick. I don't know if I can get a stand in it without blowing up the entire area, especially in the morning. Because, yeah, I don't know. But we'll keep walking and see what we find. Maybe we'll find another shooting lane. That might be a little bit easier to approach without blowing the area and everything else. But there's a lot of signs on my feet. I'll flip the camera around real quick and show you. There's a little bee. But yeah, they're coming through here pretty good. We're right along this creek heading up to the lake. So when we get to the end, I'll show you. All right, I came around to the corner of this ridge. Kind of been walking this logging road. as you can see. Beautiful out here. Oh, it's also, ooh, a snake. Yeah, he's gone. But yeah, it's getting hot. I'm out here in the sun. I'm on this power line now where there's, sorry, I'm out of breath. The power line meets the logging road. Behind me over here is an old and clear cut, and obviously this is cut because it's the power line. But there's a good amount of tracks around this corner. So obviously deer are using this to walk just as much as I am. But you can tell that they're coming out of this clear cut. Looks like they're working their way down along the edge. Probably getting some water. Somebody's fishing. But yeah, there's a good amount of tracks right here around this corner. I'm gonna see if I can find anything up around here. Allows me to cut in, but this is all younger pine, so there's not a lot of places to put a stand. Maybe ground hunt it because it's a little open. When it gets a little bit cooler out, we'll see when all the stuff starts dying. All right, I just did a whole bunch of walking. After what I saw down there kind of in that little draw by the lake, I didn't see much else until I came up to that ridge where that power line was. There's a lot of traffic, but no trails lead me into anywhere. Potentially I could hang a stand because it's all really thick, skinny pine, and the undergrowth is aggressive, very high stem count. So I'm backing out. I'm back out here, almost to where the truck is. I'm gonna get some more water, and I'm gonna head over to Uwharrie. It's about 10 minutes from where I am right now, the spot that I'm gonna go to, 10-15. Getting a little bit different terrain, see if that helps me out a little bit as far as bushwhacking, fighting off all the undergrowth. Because now it's getting more hot, I don't wanna fight it anymore. So yeah, I'll see you over there. All right, as you can see, I'm out here. I'm on the hardwoods now, much more open. The downside of this area, though, that I didn't know because I've never been here before, is there's a gun range about a mile in the direction I'm facing right now. So it's kind of like southwest of me. Found a bit of a trail here. This is a big hiking area too. Hear a gunshot. So I don't know if this will really be that good. The more I'm walking around, I've been here for about 20 minutes now. Just kind of walking up some creek bottoms, seeing if I can find any sign at all. And I really haven't found anything. The little trails that may be game trails, I'm 50-50 on whether they're human or deer, because I've seen no sign other than just cleared out dirt. So we'll keep looking, but I think I'm gonna probably move on from this spot. It doesn't seem too promising. All right, looks like there might be an older rub. That little pin oak. And then one back behind me there. You can kind of see it. Maybe, maybe not. Still, it's not giving good vibes. Still no actual sign on this trail. Haven't bumped anything. And I think it's more human area. I think I'd have to go pretty far back for this part of Uwharrie to get away from people, but I've never been here, so I guess I can claim ignorance. But I'm gonna probably head on back to the truck and maybe stop at one more place. Ooh, look at this bug. Wow. All right, we out of here. All right, I'm back out. Kind of the other side of the river here. Last spot of the day I'm gonna check. Some guys shooting at 22, a couple hundred yards away from me. I heard them popping it off earlier, so hopefully it doesn't stick me in the butt. But this is just a real big clear cut. I'm gonna kind of walk down, follow this tree line, these power lines, get to the end of it where it hits the water, and cut over and see if there's any sign there. It's probably the only place I'll be able to get up in a tree or be able to see anything. So I will show you something if there's something. Nothing too good over there. It was more just kind of clear cuts and younger pines. It's just too thick to get anything done in there. Even if there is some deer hunting them's not likely, at least for bow. Maybe gun season rolls around. Might be opportunities when it gets a lot colder too. Some of the undergrowth starts dying off, but we'll see. I'm gonna go check one more spot, then I'm calling it a day.